Is this thing on? Hi, you guys. Look at these beautiful flowers from Trader Joe's. Feeling the fall spirit today. We have a little cool front this weekend here in Texas, and it's been like lows in the 50s, highs in the 70s, and I am living for it. I'm living for it, and I'm so excited and so happy. I'm gonna make some avocado toast. I'm gonna replace my flowers, and then we're gonna have a little chat because we need to catch up. I've already changed into a t-shirt and biker shorts because I am, after I eat lunch, gonna go on a nice walk and enjoy this weather, and I'm so excited. But first, avocado toast. It is time to chat, so get a beverage, get a tea, get a coffee, get a snack, and let's chat, let's catch up. My goodness, it has been so long since I have uploaded a YouTube video. I think it's been, what, like 3 months? I did not expect to do this, and I feel like probably in the last video I was like, oh, I'll be uploading more now. Life just went insane after that. A lot of really beautiful things, but those things have just kept me really busy, and then also like a lot of really hard things have happened, and some really big hard things have happened, and I've just needed to, any like spare time that I have, which hasn't been a lot, I need to focus on caring for my soul and doing the things that keep me like centered and grounded and rooted in the Lord, so I can make it through this season more whole and healed and closer to the Lord. And so something that's been kind of crazy the last couple of months is that Bristol House, shout out Bristol House, I started running their social media back in April officially, and they released an album in September. And so I've been completely running their social media. It's my first time doing anything like this on social media, like promoting an album, so I'm still very much learning. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing, but it seems to be working, so we're going with it. But I've been posting like 6 to 7 days a week for them, and it has been a lot. I've also been uploading their YouTube videos, and there's just been so much that has gone into it. I'm working probably like 20 to 30 hours a week for them. And then on top of that, I have my clients, so they're kind of first priority when it comes to my business. So I see my one-on-one clients and do all the things that I do with them. And then also just like my Instagram is kind of my top priority. I've been posting a little more on TikTok, but I think it's just, that's where my focus has been when it comes to my job, what I do, being on social media. And YouTube, unfortunately, I've also been on my podcast, but YouTube, unfortunately, is like the most time consuming thing, and obviously like I don't get paid for any of these videos, so it's just one that has kind of like falls to the back burner whenever I am super busy and there's so much going on. So that's what work has been like, and honestly like one of the big reasons why I have not been showing up on here as much. But big life update is that actually I'm recording this on a Sunday, a week from Tuesday when I'm recording this. So on the 17th of October, I will be getting surgery to remove my pituitary tumor. So I'll be getting a brain surgery. Thank you, Jesus. They get to go in through my nose, so it's minimally invasive for a brain surgery, but it is a brain surgery at the end of the day, so I'm very scared. Long story short, I've kind of talked to you guys a little bit here and there about my pituitary tumor journey. If you're interested in like the symptoms, how I found out, I have a whole video about that you can go check out. But I got diagnosed about a year ago with this pituitary tumor, and for the last year I've just been working with an endocrinologist and just on a journey of like navigating medication and going up and having to go back down. Side effects were too much, trying this, and all the while like getting blood work done every single month to check on my hormones and to see what's going on, because it is a hormone secreting tumor. So it's just thrown off my body. And long story short, I had to go to a lower dose because the higher dose, I could not tolerate the side effects. I was depressed for the first time in my life and screwed up my appetite, my stomach, my digestion. Like it just was not, it was impacting my quality of life to the point where it was just not worth it to be taking it. And so I had to lower the dose to a dose that is like not much at all, and it really hasn't been doing what we needed to do. So my hormones have just been, my prolactin, which is the hormone that this secretes, has just been going up and up and up and up, and my IGF-1 and my testosterone, they just are going up and up and up every time I've gotten my blood work done. And then I got my 1-year MRI done, I think it was in August 28th, I think that's what it was. I got it done then and found out that the tumor had grown. So it went from 4 millimeters, so it's a tiny tumor, but your pituitary gland is tiny too. So we would hope it's tiny, but it went from 4 millimeters to 6 millimeters in that year. And so once I saw that it had grown, I just knew I wanted to get a second opinion, because I had just been working with a general endocrinologist, and she was sweet, but she didn't specialize in these tumors. And so it just felt like every time I would go into the office, she would just be like, well, we could try this, or we could try this. What do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm paying $70 to sit here and make my own decisions and like not even have any sort of input of like, I think this may be the best for your body. Like there was just none of that. It was just always, I felt so discouraged every time I went in there. And I would see like, oh, my prolactin's gone back up, like maybe we should do something about this, or like see, like, you know, because this obviously isn't working. And she would be like, oh, let's just test it again in a month. And I'm like, so it's really, I've been learning a lot of patience throughout this journey and a lot of other things, and it's been very refining and healing with the Lord. But after I saw that the tumor itself had grown, at the end of the day, this is a tumor in my brain, at the base of my brain, and if it grows, it can cause other complications. It's close to really important real estate in there. It's right next to my carotid, it's right in between my carotid arteries and then next to my optic nerves as well. So carotid artery could cause strokes if it presses up against that, brain bleeding, scary stuff, and then optic nerves, like I could go blind, lose vision, a lot of scary things that I just obviously don't want to have to deal with, and don't want to worry about all the time, like, oh, what if it's like growing and causing those issues. So anyway, long story short, I did a little research to find some specialists. I live right outside of Houston, so I know there are incredible doctors in Houston, and I ended up just reaching out to a couple of them, and it was just all the grace of the Lord, how this all kind of fell into place. I'm not going to share all of the details, but long story short, I was able to reach out to a few of the like top neurologists for these pituitary tumors, and we were working through some people. So it's a long story, but we were working through some people, and they were contacting these neurologists, and they were like, it usually takes the neurology department like a week to get back to us, so don't expect to hear soon. This was on a Tuesday morning. I heard back that evening, one of the top neurologists. So he has performed more of these pituitary removal surgeries than any other neurologist in the country. He's done over 5,000 of these surgeries. His office reached out to me that same day and was like, he would love to see you. He has an opening for this Friday, which is just completely unheard of. Specialists usually take months to even like get an appointment with. And so the fact that this all happened in one day, and then that same week I was going to see him, I just feel like that was so clearly the Lord. And I'm so thankful for that, because I know that's not the case for everybody. And it's such a hard thing to advocate for yourself in our healthcare system sometimes, and I feel like that's one of the biggest struggles with people with pituitary tumors, is feeling seen, heard, understood. and really taken seriously, because this does really impact our quality of life. And so I got an appointment to see him that Friday. This was like, I think it was like the first week of September. Yeah, it was the first week of September. I think it was September 8th that I went to go see him. And he works in Houston Methodist, so we went downtown and saw this guy, and it was just a consultation, and so I didn't really know what to expect from it, but I definitely wasn't expecting to be leaving with surgery scheduled, but that's what happened. So we just got to talking about him and just kind of talked about the pros and cons and really outweighed it all, and it all kind of just came down to the fact that we both agreed that surgery was probably the best next step. Like, it's either going to be I wait around until the surgery is urgent and causing other issues, which doesn't make sense, or we just do it now. And so we just decided to go ahead and schedule it, and so scheduled surgery for October 17th. And at that point it was probably like about a little over 5 weeks away, and now it's like a little over 1 week away. And it's been a lot, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a lot to process. I've never been through anything like this before at all. When I was little, I struggled with debilitating health anxiety. And so I think it's very kind and sweet of the Lord to actually allow me to walk through this, because I can see that he's just healing so much within my heart, you know, to the point where, like, you know, obviously we want to pray and believe for a miracle and physical healing, which I still every day am believing for that and believing the Lord for that, because I know he can do it. Like, I know he could take this tumor away, but I just have seen that he's just giving me a healing that's way more valuable, a healing of my heart, which is way more valuable than any physical healing could ever be. And so I've just seen that in this last year of my life walking through this tumor. I have just seen how the Lord is just using it to show himself, to reveal himself, and to reveal his heart to me in the most pure and gentle and kind and loving way. Like, I have never experienced the love of God like I have in this season. And I know that can seem kind of wild to say when it feels like things are not working in my favor, and like my body is not doing what it's supposed to do, and it's not, you know, like if he was a good God, wouldn't he heal me? But it's like I have encountered him and met him, and nobody can tell me that he is not a good God, because I've experienced it for myself through this. And that is something that I will never take for granted, and that I'm so thankful for. And so all of that to say, like, it has been so much to walk through this, but I am so thankful. Like, I've never been more thankful for the Lord allowing me to walk through something. And I see this tumor as such a gift. And am I scared to get surgery? Absolutely. I'm terrified. It freaks me out. I've lost some sleep over it. I have moments where I'm just like crying on my floor, terrified. But I also have moments where I'm like, whoa, I've never felt this much peace in my life. I've never felt the Lord, his presence so much in my life. And it's been a journey. It all comes in waves. And but I've never experienced, like, I've never felt the love of God more than I have in this season. And so that's just a little update of what's kind of going on in my life. And because of that, like, I feel like this channel is not what I was hoping it would be at this point. Like, I was really excited to move into my space, and just I thought that was gonna mean a whole lot of videos, but that just hasn't been the case. But I will say I will definitely be updating you guys whenever I'm feeling a little better after the surgery, because I know there are people that will see these videos who are struggling with the same thing and having a pituitary tumor and having to get this surgery, and I want to be encouragement and a voice for you guys, so you feel like you're not walking through this alone, because I know how much videos of people's journeys that are like encouraging and real and raw, but like encouraging, have been so helpful. And so I want to kind of be that for other people too who are struggling with pituitary tumors. But that's kind of like the gist of everything that's been going on these last few months. It has been insane and wild, but also really beautiful, and I know it's just changing me. Like, I look at videos of myself from a year ago and I'm like, wow, she was so sweet. Like, who was she? But I also had long blonde hair, and I feel like my hair has changed just as much as my soul has changed in the last year. And so I'm just so thankful to the Lord for that change and that refinement. And I'm so thankful for you guys. If you've watched this far in the video, if you've stuck around my YouTube channel, I'm so thankful for you. and I love you, and I could not be just more thankful for this community that I have on here. I do believe in the power of prayer, so I would love if you could pray for me. I'd be so thankful. For my surgery, it is October 17th at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, so that's when I'll be going into surgery. And I've never walked through anything like this. The biggest surgery I've ever had is my wisdom teeth, and that was scary to me. Just going under is really scary to me. So this is gonna be pretty scary. The surgery should only be like 2 to 3 hours, and so it shouldn't be too bad. The recovery is gonna be probably very challenging. I will be in the ICU for a day just because it is my brain, so they're gonna have to closely monitor things for at least the first 24 hours, and then probably I'll move to the normal floor for a day or two. I'll probably be in the hospital for like 2 to 4 days if everything goes well, and there are no like complications afterwards, which is what we're praying for. So yeah, and then after that the hardest part of the recovery will be just kind of like my nose and my face area, because they do go in through my nose. I won't be able to taste or smell food. I won't be able to taste food or smell for probably like 3 to 4 weeks. There is a small risk that it could go away forever, which I'm terrified about, but we're trying to not go there. We're trying to not go to those small risks. It's just a lot, right? So I'm trying to not focus on those little risks and all the what ifs, and I'm trying to just lean on the Lord, but just hand those to him and ask him what he says about those things, you know. But yeah, so anyway, the hardest is going to be like my nose. I've heard it's just like a really bad sinus infection for a while, and there will probably be a lot of pain for the first few days, maybe a week, and then I will have to like obviously take things really easily. I won't be able to blow my nose for like 3 months. I won't be able to fly for 3 months. I won't be able to lay down flat for 3 months. I won't be able to bend over. I won't be able to lift anything over 5 pounds for probably like 6 weeks. And I'm like, Chloe's 5.5. Am I not able to pick her up? Basically anything that could cause like me to strain, or anything that could cause like pressure in my nose sinus area, I'm gonna have to like not do for a while. So I won't be able to breathe out of my nose. I'm taking this last week before my surgery to eat all the good food and not take a single bite of flavor for granted, and not take a single breath out of my nose for granted, because I won't be able to do that for a while. But truly I'm just so thankful for all of the prayers. I feel the prayers, like I genuinely feel the body of Christ strengthening me and uplifting me, and I've never, like, I don't know what to do with all these prayers. Like, that's how thankful I feel, and I'm just so thankful. And the Lord has placed the perfect people in my life to help me walk through this, again, not without pain but without stain, and that is what the Lord does, and it's the most beautiful thing. And so yeah, that's the update. I know everything is going to be okay. It's not going to be easy, like that's kind of a given. This is not going to be an easy thing, but I do trust the Lord that everything is going to be okay. So yeah, surgery on the 17th. I do have to go in the day before to get a COVID test, and also a CTA scan of my brain. And I'm a little nervous about this too, because they said that, oh, I have another update too. But they said that they have to put these markers on my head, which I don't exactly know what those are. I think they allow them to create like a 3D image of my head, which is pretty cool. But they said that they may have to shave some of my hair off to get them on. And I'm like terrified. Apparently they'll just like go underneath, so hopefully you wouldn't be able to tell. But I'm like, please don't touch my hair. But that'll be the day before my surgery on the 16th. I'll have to do that in a COVID test, and then I have to be at the hospital on surgery day at 5:30 a.m. So we'll probably have to leave my house at like 4:30 in the morning. But yeah, I mean, it's coming, whether I'm ready or not. The other update was that about a week ago I had to get another MRI, and I was even like, why are they making me do another MRI when I just got one done a month ago? Like, nothing has changed in a month. Why would they make me do that again? But I was wrong. So my tumor grew like 2 millimeters in a year, and this last month it has grown 1.5 millimeters. So for me, that is just like more confirmation too that I'm doing the right thing, and it's time for Paul to go. His name is Pituitary Paul, if you didn't know. So it's time for Paul to go. It's time for him to get evicted. I think he's probably just a little mad because he knows he's getting evicted, so he's just a little mad. He's acting up, but we're just gonna let him do his thing. I've been kind of struggling with a lot of symptoms of this tumor as well. Like, I don't know, I'm sure you'd noticed, I'm breaking out again. If you can see, my skin is not thriving. I just have all these bumps, and then yeah, it's just my acne. And if you know my journey, like, I went on this whole journey with healing my acne, seeing a functional medicine doctor, healing my hormones, and so that's been another really hard thing about this, is that I worked so hard and it was such a journey. Like, I was covered in cystic acne, and it was such a journey healing that, and I have some videos on that if you want to go check out that journey. But it's been another really hard thing about this, is like the past month or two, it's been just like slowly coming back. I don't want to say coming back, but I've been slowly just breaking out more and more again. And I am just assuming it's related to the tumor, since it is just throwing my hormones so off, and my testosterone has been going back up. So I feel like that's where it's coming from. So I'm hopeful like getting this tumor out is going to help with that as well. But that's been hard to sit with. I've been like having all the symptoms. I've been having just a lot of symptoms, and it's been hard physically too. I could kind of tell it was growing, even though I didn't think it would grow that fast. But anyway, I just feel so thankful that the Lord has placed me with this doctor who is so skilled in this. He does so many of these. He's done over 5,000 of them, and he actually is the one that helped research. He researched and helped pioneer this specific surgery where they go in through your nose. And so it's like, he is an expert on this, and he also performs like way more intense brain surgeries, like where you actually have to cut open the head and like go into the actual like brain, not just like through the nose to the base of the brain, like through the whole brain. So he does some intense stuff, and this is probably easy work for him. So I'm just trying to remind myself of that. And also, it's just in the Lord's hands, and he's got me, and I know he's with me, and I know he will be with me. And so just reminding myself of those things every single day. But this, I cannot tell you when the next video will be, but I will have an update for you guys at some point after my surgery, probably a couple weeks after my surgery. I'll have a video updating you guys, telling you guys all about my journey with the surgery, with the hospital stay, what my recovery is looking like, and all of the things. And I'm actually so excited to be filming that video, because that means I will be on the other side. I'm really just ready to get this over with, because it has been a long time waiting and a long time coming. So I'm ready to do the thing and to be on the other side. I'm gonna stop rambling now, but I just want to thank you guys for your love and support and your prayers. It means the absolute world to me, truly. I can't tell you how thankful I am for you. But I will see you guys in my very next video, when I will be on the other side of all of this, and I could not be more excited for that. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Go do something kind for yourself. I'll see you soon.